After 61 years, we finally got it wrong. That's the slogan Volkswagen would have to use if they were to add the ID buzz to this advert from 1981. To summarise the blurb, it says that the 1961 VW bus was the most revolutionary wagon of its time. But there was one small problem. Some people thought it looked funny. So VW went back to the drawing board and came up with a modern aerodynamic body with the Vanagon, or Caravelle as they were known in Europe in 1981. And then obviously the T4, T5 and T6 followed. Fast forward to 2022 and we have the ID Buzz. It looks like a camper. In fact, it's the first thing that my car mad 3-year-old said, and most of my mates, when they first saw it. And they're not far wrong, because it is a modern interpretation of VW's iconic hippie bus from the 1950s and 60s. But it's not a camper. It's essentially a van with big windows and seats. And it doesn't go down the road with a car-like assurance either, like Car and Driver magazine claimed of the 1981 vehicle in that advert. And there's no optional pop-up top, no kitchen sink, no icebox, water pump, wardrobes or dining table. You can carry your big family and its gear to and from home, but it can't be a home away from home. And I think that VW is really missing a trick. It does stand out though. Looks aside, it also catches people's attention because you just don't see many of them on the road. And it's no wonder why, with prices starting from just over 59 grand. If you have got that kind of money floating about and planning to buy something of this size, your best bet is to get the long wheelbase version of the all-wheel drive, more powerful GTX, as it also comes with bigger batteries offering up to 291 miles together with the option of 6 or 7 seats. Or just take the 5-seater and convert it yourself to a camper. In fact, there are plenty of companies doing just that today, even with the short wheelbase version. So there is a market for it, VW. The ID Buzz uses the Volkswagen Group's MEB electric car platform, which also underpins the ID3, ID4 and ID5, as well as models from Cupra, Skoda and Audi. This short wheelbase version with 5 seats, although 6 is available, and fitted with a smaller 79 kWh battery, enables a slightly exaggerated claimed range of 251. Over our week with it, we averaged 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour, giving the ID Buzz a 200 odd mile range. Livable on a day-to-day basis, but will mean more stops if you're embarking on a long road trip. It's also fitted with the smaller 201 horsepower electric motor, and you're not going to win any traffic light Grand Prix taking 10.2 seconds to reach 62 miles per hour. But you will look cool if you spend almost 3 grand on a 2-tone paint job. What's it like to drive on the road? Well, once I've stepped up into the Buzz, van style, the driving position is comfy and it's easy to drive thanks to the excellent visibility. But it's also van style like to drive, and that's because it's high-sided and heavy. In fact, my other car mad 7-year-old son likened it to his mate's dad's Ford Transit. Basically, don't expect a sporty driving experience and you won't be disappointed. Sport mode makes it slightly more responsive and weights up the steering a little, but it's no miracle worker. Grip is good enough through the corners though, and whilst there is some body lean, it doesn't feel unstable. And it's actually surprisingly agile through town and when parking and manoeuvring, thanks to a turning circle of 11.1 metres. Now to put that into perspective, the new Mini is 10.8, so not bad. There are 3 trim levels to choose from: Life, Style and GTX. This is the Style version, which starts from almost 64 grand, and it comes with plenty of standard equipment, including electric sliding doors, which will instantly rid parents of parking anxiety in tight spaces. You probably won't need to tick many options, except perhaps the retractable tow bar for £980 and a Type 2 charging cable, which VW make you pay £190 for. The ID Buzz is enormously practical, thanks to its fold-flat back seats and ridiculously big boot, and all of the storage space in the cabin. The aircraft-style rear tray tables are cool, and particularly handy if you have kids or you want to get out the laptop and work whilst charging, as it will take you half an hour to charge from 20 to 80% on the motorway. What else bugs me about the ID Buzz? This start button, which is not a start button. It basically puts the car in accessory mode, waking it up without having to get in the seat and pressing the brake pedal. You'll barely have use for it unless you need to run errands and keep your passengers prisoner. And this annoying jingle. I am a Volkswagen. Why? Like every other ID car and manufacturer seem intent on doing this, I do not know. Rant over, and to sum up then, there are some significantly cheaper options out there, such as the Citroen e-Space Tourer, the Peugeot e-Traveller and the Vauxhall Vivero Life Electric. But none of them are quite as refined or quick or have the same head-turning style and electric range of the ID Buzz. You get what you pay for, folks.